These pants were a bad decision. Okay. Oh, cutting into my ribs. Why aren't okay. They're cute though. Cute pants. Okay. Hello, my loves. It's your girl, Noah Bensi, and we are back. Look at us. Why am I so awkward? I'm Noah Bensi. This is Secret Life of a Cam Girl. For those of you who are returning subs, hello. Look at us being consistent. We're being consistency, y'all. And for those of you who are new, who are just meeting me, hi, how are you? I'm glad you clicked on my video. Hope you stick around. Hope you can sub. But yeah. Welcome. Hello. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well. Today we are going to talk safety, and particularly safety when you go to conventions and cons and public places where you are put on display in some type of way. Though I will say these safety tips can also just be used in general for general reasons. Some of them are quite broad. But in general, these are convention safety tips that we're going to be discussing today. It is convention season right now. I think Exotica in Denver just ended, if I'm not mistaken. I am a little late with this video. I do wish I got it out sooner, but there's more conventions coming up and in like the early of like January and February and stuff like that. So I think this is a really important video. I've been to many conventions. I really do like them. They can be a little overwhelming as far as like how I handle crowds and loudness and stuff like that. But in general, I love cons. I love seeing my fans. I love seeing my fellow colleagues in the industry, and it's just like always like a really good time. I've had a few weird experiences, but as far as everything goes, like they're pretty good as far as my experiences. But I have heard many a horror story and have friends that have had things happen to them and stuff, and it's just one of those situations where you really do have to be on like high alert, and as much as you're having fun, you really do have to like put yourself and like your safety and everything first. So if you go back, I want to say to like season 3 of Secret Life, I don't know, just like go scroll my videos, you'll start to see it. I went to AVN and I documented the whole thing, and I think it was my first convention ever, that particular one was, but you can kind of see how hectic and crazy and fun it is. If you want to take a little peek, you can also just go on like Instagrams, for example, like I know Exotica has an Instagram for each of their states that they have Exotica in. AVN has their own, you know what I mean? So, and just get a little peek of like what that's all like. There's plenty of vlogs about it. Like I said, it's a really fun time. But if you want to look at like what the atmosphere is like, that's always a really good way to figure that out. I'll put like a couple of pictures up on the screen as well. I know I was looking at, I don't know if it's just like my post, or it's not even post, we're still currently in a panorama right now, but like I look at crowds now and I'm just like extra, like I don't know, something about it. Like I was looking at the pictures from Exotica and I was like, there are so many people. Oh my God. Like it was like freaking me out. I was like, but it's, I don't want to deter you guys. Like I said, they're fun. They're fun. So all right, so these safety tips, let's get into them. This is in no particular order. I have them like written down in my phone. I also encourage you that if I don't mention something and you want to add it, please comment down below. I will like your comments so they come up to like the top or whatever. I think it's really important that we like not only be safe, but share safety tips and keep each other safe. And yeah, so if you have any safety tips that you want to add that I left out, because I'm sure I left out things, please comment below and let's get started. Okay, this one should go without saying, but it truly, I've had so many situations where people just don't think this is important, and it is very, very important, especially during convention weekends and weeks if you're going to any type of adult convention. Get tested. Get tested and only collab with people who are tested as well. And do not hesitate whatsoever. It shouldn't even be a hesitation. It should just be a question after, are you tested? Yeah, you are? Okay, cool. Who else have you been with? Who else have you collabed with or whatever? And then have them tell you, and then ask if those people are tested, and even go as far as maybe messaging those people on social media or seeing those people walking around and ask if they are tested as well. This is so important. I cannot, so important. I'll give you a really short story. I wanted to collab with this girl. I kind of also had a crush on this girl, and she was a beautiful, beautiful girl. We like hung out, and like it was really cool and cute, and totally wanted to go back to the hotel and have some fun with her. And she said that she was tested, and I was like, okay, cool, like this is gonna be a good time. And then all of a sudden I found out that yes, she was tested, but she just went back to her hotel with a fan previously, and like hours prior to us hanging out that night, and she didn't know if that person was tested. So no shame to people who do that, but in general, that really, really grossed me out, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't happening, and I ended up bailing on that night. So just like, that's just an example. Like, you have to ask. Like I said, she said she was tested, and she was, but then he wasn't, and ew. So yeah, make sure, no excuses, protect yourself. You don't want that. So this next safety tip is just, I feel like this is just for you in life in general. You know your limits, you know your lines, you know how hard you want to party, right? Okay, so the advice here is just know when to leave. And that is just like, be aware of your surroundings. There's nothing wrong with party hopping and going to the different after parties and going to like all the different VIP rooms and stuff. Like, it's fun. There's a lot of cool things going on. There's a lot of interesting things going on. But at the same time, they can get out of control. They can get dangerous. I have been in situations before where there were substances brought out that I wasn't comfortable with being around, and just people were getting out of control or too touchy or something. Just know when to leave and don't feel weird leaving. One of the main things in general, I think, for any of the next advice I'm about to give you is just never feel weird speaking up, leaving, standing up for yourself. Like, you really just have to be assertive, especially like at these conventions and things. Like, you really just have to just, I know it's hard, because I know I personally have a hard time saying no, or like, you know what I mean, like doing things like that. But you really, 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 really have to like practice it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, because it will get you out of like really scary situations, and it's just really important, just a life tool in general. But yeah, just know when to leave these parties, know your limits, pay attention, look around of like what's going on, how many people are still there, and just know when to leave. I think that's where we'll leave it. I know when to leave. So these next few tips are for your phone. I'm going to start with like the very obvious and then kind of go down from there. First off, do not give your phone number to these club promoters. There's these like people that like float around and they're promoting the clubs locally in the area, and they want all of the people to come to them or whatever. So they're seeking out pretty girls, they're seeking out attractive people, and they're gonna ask for your phone number, and you're gonna tell them no. Do not give these people your phone number. I have heard stories of these club promoters selling phone numbers to like fans and stuff. It's very dangerous. Don't give your phone number out to anyone that you don't know, but definitely these promoters. And they'll try to like get you, because they'll be like, oh, I'll get you a table, or I'll get you bottle service, or like, you know what I mean? Like they'll try to like give me your number. No, if you do want to go to these parties and do stuff like that, get their social media and have them message you on social media. If they are weird about it and they say no, that's a red flag. So like, you know what I mean? Just stay safe with like your phone number. Another little, let's go down from there. Make sure your name, if you have an iPhone, I don't know how Google phones work, or like Androids or whatever, but like make sure your name on your airdrop isn't your real name and is like some type of code name. I wouldn't even make it your model name. Like make it like waffles. Like, you know what I mean? Like make it something super random. And then make sure that like your airdrop is off while you're like walking the convention, unless you're like currently swapping pictures with somebody at that moment. Like, don't have your airdrop on. I know some people just leave it on. Don't do that. Make sure it's off. Like double check, triple check that it's off, and then make sure your name isn't on there. I actually had that happen to me. I had my like full name on there or whatever. It was like, oh my god. Like, thankfully it was only a couple of models that saw it, but you don't want that. So yeah. And then a really important one too is make sure you have some type of external charger with you that is charged at all times. You do not want to be looking for an outlet. You don't want to be without your phone, and you do not want your phone to die. So make sure you have an external charger. I know if you go to AVN, MFC gives out like these awesome chargers. They're fabulous. Get as many as they allow you to get, because they're the best chargers ever. But like, yeah, make sure you get an external charger. Buy an external charger. They're 100% worth it. I will say keep it on like the smaller side so you can fit it in your bag, so you can just like carry your bag or whatever and like charge your phone while it's in your bag. But yeah, just please make sure you keep your phone charged. That's so important. And then in addition to keeping your phone charged and on and everything, please also, especially if you're leaving the convention hall or like leaving the hotel, please share your location with somebody that's not there. So like a family member, a best friend, please share your location with them, and make sure that like, not just a pin, like have it where like they can like watch where you're going like actively or whatever. That is so important. It's so scary. There's like, you know what I mean? Like trafficking exists, guys. Like it is really scary. Like Lyft drivers are creepy. Uber drivers are creepy. People are creepy. People you're going to meet are creepy. Like there's people that are intentionally going to these conventions to be bad people. So just keep your location on. Keep your phone charged. Keep it, like shit. My god. Stay safe. Another really important thing, and this is just in general, like another just life safety tip, make sure you have a buddy with you or someone with you to go to these parties with. Like, don't just be hopping around by yourself. Like, really just have someone with you at all times. Like if it's just one other person, one other girl, one other guy, someone that you trust, someone that you know, that you have with you at all times, that you guys can like keep an eye on each other and just stay safe with each other. On that note, now this is like a controversial, I don't know, my opinion, don't get drunk. Don't get wasted. Honestly, don't even really drink that much. Like, don't get to the point where like you're out of control. This is not you going to like spring break with a group of your 10 friends. Again, this is a very like, and still at then, like, you know what I mean? Don't be out of control. Just, I think that's like the main thing. But in general, like, do not get drunk, do not get wasted, do not get unruly. You're also in general, like you're in the company of a lot of companies. You know what I mean? So you don't also want to look bad in front of these other future collaborators or brand deals that you might get in general. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to get a bad reputation for being out of control if you can't control your liquor and stuff. I do drink when I'm there a little bit, but I never get drunk and I never get wasted. I've never blacked out, and I've seen girls get that bad. I've seen a lot of girls do that when they're there because it's like their time to let loose. It's their time that they're like taking time off, and I get it because we work so hard and we're around people that we love and our friends that we haven't seen in like a year, and it's so exciting, but you just like, ooh, just be careful. It's bad. You know what I mean? Just be careful. Like, you don't want to be sick. You just want to look good in front of like the companies, and then you want to stay safe. You don't want to be out of control. You want everything that you do to be consensual. A big note on that. Let's go with that. If you're collabing with people, make sure they are sober when you are collabing with them, because consent, and you cannot get consent from somebody that is impaired. So keep that in mind as well, and don't make videos while you're impaired either. Just don't do it, because you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you're going to look back and be like, I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? So stay. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. You guys are smart. I keep speaking about collabs. Obviously, when you go to these conventions, it is very, very exciting because you get to see all the people that you want to work with and that you haven't seen, your friends. Like, it's time to like cross promote, and it's time to like do fun shit, right? Okay, so you need to make sure you have the right forms and IDs in place. So make sure you guys get copies of each other's IDs, both front, the back, and next to the face. You also want to make sure that you are getting model release forms filled. You can literally just look up on Google model release form. And I actually heard from my friend and fellow cam model, Allie, yesterday. There's probably multiple websites like this, but there's one called Hello Sign, I think. Yeah, Hello Sign. And you can just upload whatever PDF of whatever you want to get signed, and then you can sign it virtually, and then you have the copy of the paperwork in your email or in your phone, both in your email and in your phone, I should say. And then, God forbid, you lose your luggage or lose the paper or spill something, whatever, you're not carrying around like a physical form of like a paper that you can like lose, and then that will like mess up you uploading your content. So you want to make sure you have a model release form that is signed, a virtual one. Make sure you have like those copies. You want to exchange IDs, and you want to make sure that the person you're collabing with is sober and is in right mind. It is your job to check all of that. I mean, professional companies even go as far as making like, I have to, when I do like professional videos for like Bang Bros or whatever, like, right, they like record you and they say, hey, Noah Bensi, are you impaired right now? Are you drunk? No. Are you high? No. Sign this paper. And they record everything because you really have to like cover your bases. So like, I mean, you don't have to go as far as recording people. If you do feel that necessary, go for it. But like, in general, just be on top of your game. Like, this is your business. This is your livelihood. This is your job to keep everyone safe and to keep, okay. All right. So we're down to our last few. Whew, okay. So this one is a little weird, but hear me out. If you are walking around the convention, this is all up to you. This is completely on you, obviously, and how your comfortability and how you feel. Just keep this in mind, okay? If you're walking around the convention and somebody is like, hey, can I take a picture of you? And you don't know who they are, you don't have to say yes, okay? Ask who they are. Be careful letting these random ass people taking pictures of you. You don't know where they're going to post them. They're probably not going to tag you. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Just be careful. Like, any image of you that is going out there, you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're a bad person again. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going on. So like, ask them where they're from. Ask them what's up. See if they have social media. Like, you know, you can just take pictures of people. That's totally fine. I've done it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just be careful what you're putting out there. So like, when people ask you, just like, don't feel weird. Speak up for yourself and ask them who they are, and ask them if they even know you. I've had people be like, can I take a picture of you? And I'm like, do you know who I am? And they're just like, nope. And I'm just like, that's strange. Why do you want a picture of me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Just keep that in mind. Just something to put in your head. Keep it in your head. This is another like life advice kind of one that's just obvious in general, but I want you to keep this in mind as far as conventions go when you're like standing at those tables or podiums where you're like signing for, like, you know what I mean? When you're signing autographs and like whatever and your fan, keep your drinks and your food obviously close to you or underneath. Obviously, like keep an eye on your food and drinks. Like that's just an in general like tip, but like in regards to the convention and like podiums and stuff, like I've seen girls like have their drink like right on the corner. Not only are you now in risk of spilling your drink onto all of your shit, and that's upsetting, but you never know who's gonna slip something into your drink. So be careful. Keep everything out of the way. No food or drinks near people. Just keep it to yourself. I've also heard really scary stories of really toxic, scary models putting things in other models' drinks. So be careful where your drinks are, okay? Be careful who your drinks are around, and keep an eye on your drinks, okay? And food, but mostly drinks. Ooh, and last but not least, but this is so important, so important, and this just goes with the overarching theme of speaking up. Report things that happen. If you get SA'd, if you get touched, if you see somebody getting touched or SA'd, report things that happen. Speak up. Now, if it's somebody else, yes, you might maybe walk up to them and ask them if they're okay and see, like, you know what I mean? If you see someone running around just being gross and touching people, tell a security guard, tell somebody. Tell people, like, do not keep it to yourself. Now, it is hard sometimes to find who to tell because some people are not there for that. And it's difficult, but it's worth it. And just please speak up, because in general, like, nobody wants that, obviously. Like, the hotel doesn't even want, they don't want to be liable for that either. So again, oh my god, heard like heard the scariest stories of just like really bad assaults and people just thinking they have to be silent and that this is just normal. Oh yeah, like they can touch me because I'm at an adult convention, so that's no, they still can't touch you. Like, unless they asked you and you said okay, cool. No, they can't. So no. Like, I don't know how to emphasize that enough. Please report things that go on. Please speak up. It is so important. All right, I am gonna wrap up the video here. Thank you for watching. Please share this video. I think it's a really important video to get out there in general. Please share it with your friends and your little chats and things like that. If you're planning on going into a convention, if you know a friend going to a convention, again, comment below anything that I left out. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please like. The dislike button is gone, and I saw everyone sorry, tangent, but what? That's just weird. I mean, dislike, like, I don't really care. All of it gives me engagement, but yes, I love you so much. Be safe, be happy, speak up for yourself, be consistent, and I will see you in the next one. I love you so much. Oh, my tree! Did you guys see my tree? Okay, I'm going. I'm sorry. Bye!
Pick me! Choose me! Love me!
My name came up a lot of sounds, more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they know